Hello everyone, welcome to another War Leader PvP video. Today I've got a 1 versus 1 against a captain to show you, and then another fight that's tacked on to the end because it doesn't exactly fit anywhere else. And I'm going to be showing you a little trick that I figured out with the War Leader that also applies to some other classes, because I've been working on the trick for a little bit after I noticed that it happens a few times. And during the captain fight I actually figured out how exactly it works. So without further ado, let's get started. I just know that I did start recording later in the fight, so we're already in progress. So as you can see, I'm fighting him, Prowler stance, RF command. I just put down the Banner of Terror there because I want to get this down as fast as possible, drain him very early. So we didn't miss much of the fight, just the opening stages, but still did not start immediately. My command post is already down, so that's nothing to worry about. Again, full damage, full benefits from that. The power regen is the main thing that I want from that thing. And so we're just going at it. Now, as you notice, I'm doing my best to keep in his rear arc, keep him from getting a whole lot of damage off. I keep pumping everything that I can. I went ahead and hit my power pot there. Always want to hit those the health pots, power pots early in the fight so that you can actually get full benefit from them. I should be hitting my health pot here very soon. I went ahead and inducted a heal off, but I still need to be hitting that health pot. Come on. I've got more than enough space on my bar for it, so I should be hitting it. I guess I'm relying on me just being able to out-heal everything. And I picked up a bear right there. Now, I'm really not too worried about the bear. I decided I just want to stay on him and keep the fight going, because it didn't do any bounce up and down or anything like that. But he does want to let me kill the bear and stop fighting. But I really don't want him to drop combat because I know he's just going to regen a lot of power in that time. I was really hoping to get him down. Instead, he's regened all his power. I will be regening it. He's already dropped combat, as you can see. That was ridiculously fast. It used to be that it would take a freak about 10 seconds to drop combat, and it doesn't take that long anymore. I just hit him with the shout. I'm trying to keep him stuck in combat as much as I possibly can. I've got Black Speech ready. I need to be targeting him and hitting him with that thing, or he's gonna just drop combat again. There, he just dropped combat again. So it took him about 8 seconds or so. But as soon as the bear goes down, he's right back in it. So I'm at a low power pool now, and he's back at full power. So that really did not work out well for me. I wish he would have stayed in the fight in some ways because of that. At the same time, though, I would have taken a whole lot of damage. So whether I would have survived or not could have been a little bit more doubtful. I mean, I could always drop into commander stance, but it would have been a little bit more odd. Now I hit a lag spike here, and I alt-tab, and at this point I'm looking at the YouTube page I have with YouTube music on it. And I wish now that I had actually just gone ahead and played it. Instead, I chose not to. So we don't get to listen to YouTube for this fight. I'm sorry. I should have hit the button. But anyway, I lost about 8-9 seconds there. And now I hit the power pot, start healing again. And this fight is going to be carried out in commander stance because I need to be conservative with my power. I've got to wait until my Banner of Terror comes back off cooldown to actually get anything done, and nothing else is really going to happen until then. And so very shortly here, I'm going to decide that now it's time for some little experimenting and stuff, because there's really nothing else to occupy me. The fight is going to be pretty stagnant until then. He's doing pretty well with his power management, for the most part. I'm keeping myself managed as much as I can. He's getting those resists off. Really don't like that muster courage thing because it seems like you never have enough finesse to actually cut through the boost that it gives to a captain or his fellowship members. Go ahead and hit him with Menacing Roar. I really need to be a bit more careful about how much I use Menacing Roar right now because he does have a lot of health, a lot of power, and I'm getting low on my power pool. And Menacing Roar takes up quite a bit of power. And since I've still only Audacity with rank 1, I don't have any power cost reduction really. So I just need to be more careful with how much I hit that particular button, because otherwise I will run myself out and I will get in trouble. Right now I'm just stopped using all abilities. I'm going to go ahead and keep using my shouts a little bit, but that's it. Okay, now I turn off auto attacks here, and I try to get double heals, and there it goes. And that's the trick that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You can get 2 heals with 1 power of fear by turning off the auto attacks. The reason that works is because when you have auto attacks turned on, it takes an extra tenth of a second or so to check whether or not the auto attack's in range, fired off, and everything in between the two abilities. That tenth of a second means that the Power of Fear icon has already vanished and we don't have the buff anymore. And that's what keeps it from doing it. But if it's not checking for that auto attack thing, it fires off the second heal or starts the induction while the Power of Fear buff is just still there, just barely still there, so you still get the effect of no induction, the instant heal. Now, this doesn't just work for Power of Fear heals, it also works for things like defeat responses for captains and reavers, etc. Even for champions. You can get off 2 defeat responses with 1 defeat if you turn off your auto attacks and then just hit both of them. You'll fire through both of them, do the exact same thing, assuming the animation isn't very long. So you might need to pick and choose between which ones you actually fire off to get it to work. For instance, for the captain, I would say probably the way to do it would be to hit War Cry and then say Rallying Cry, or maybe hit the defeat response attack ability and then Rallying Cry or War Cry. Or you could try Routing Cry with one of the others. I don't think of that too often because my captain is 5 deep leader of men, so he has Routing Cry always available to him and it doesn't take it to defeat response. And really, I love that. I love the leader of men line because you get that ability just automatically available and it is so handy. Right there, I got hit and it kept, and yeah, you notice that the auto attacks turned right back on, but I turned it off before the thing went off, before the ability tried to fire or the auto attack check came, and it still fired off the double heal for me. Now, the double heal in this particular fight, there's really no point to it. It's not much of an advantage or anything. I blow through my power faster, and I go from a much lower level back up to a high one. But it's because I wait till my health bar gets down in the first place, and then I actually hit the thing. There's nothing else to it besides that. I could have just healed earlier, really wouldn't have made any difference in what happened. Now at this point, he is still keeping the revealing mark on me, and to be honest, when a war leader is low on power like that, that is when the captain needs to switch marks. And I think that's the key to beating a decently played war leader. I haven't really tried it myself with a captain. I mean, my guy still is only level 65, but keeping just one mark stuck on your opponent keeps the fight very stagnant, very stale. Doesn't give you the opportunity to switch between doing more damage, doing more healing, etc. I mean, as a war leader trying to beat this guy, I'm flipping between commander's stance and brawler's stance when I want to be doing more damage, when I want to keep more healing up, do power conservation, that kind of stuff. He's not doing that same thing, or he should be making sure to switch his marks, get benefits from both of them at different times. As I'm low on power here, well actually, he's low on power too, but since I was low on power earlier, he's low on power here, these would be good times to switch over to Telling Mark, get extra damage on me while I'm lower on the power pool, force me to pop big cooldowns and stuff like that. Even though I don't really need to, I hit Quitters never win, but I wanted the power from that, that's why I hit Quitters. Not because I needed the healing or anything. But that's not what he's going to do. Instead, I think we're getting close to calling it a draw here. That is how the fight ends. We do call it a draw. If we went on, it's possible that I might be able to beat him, get another Banner of Terror down to take out his regeneration, but it's going to just take another like 3, 4, 5 minutes to do that, and I'm really not interested in that. I wasn't really hunting him in the first place on this particular evening, so I'm content to call it a draw and finish it up like that. Alright, and now here a different day. Here I come after a Warden, and I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be my second Warden 1 vs 1 since update 6. I haven't really been able to find many to fight solo, and I believe he has been traded for Assailment, or in the yellow line for the range damage. So that's just going to be an interesting fight because it's going to be a different dynamic going on. But here comes Webfirth. Webfirth is a champion, and so he is the threat here because he's going to do the actual damage. So what I need to do is I need to jump on Webfirth, and if I can kill Webfirth and stay alive, I should be able to turtle up, survive the Warden, because very few Wardens actually do enough damage to just blow right through a war leader's defenses, and then I'll be able to fight the Warden and see how things go from there. Drop the Banner of Terror, trying to keep myself up, but here comes Ralva, Rune Keeper. Now it's 3-on-1, and I really have no chance in that fight. If it was just the champion and Warden, I would still have a chance, but because the Rune Keeper's there, that just takes everything away, and that's the end of it. Well, really not anything else to add on what I've already said. So the one thing I do want to say is that double heal, double defeat responses, I have not actually checked on this, but my gut instinct tells me that that is probably a bug. So you need to be careful about using that and figure out whether or not you actually want to use it yourself. It was going to be in this video anyway, and so I felt like I had to mention that and also talk about why I'm actually doing what I'm doing there to explain it. That's what's going on. But anyway, yeah, it is, I believe, under the listing of bug. It would not be very hard for Turbine to fix. They just need to adjust the time that the buff icon actually disappears to actually reflect how fast abilities trigger off in combat instead of anything else. So it's a very easy fix on their part. It's basically the only thing going on here is just that the stuff doesn't vanish as soon as it's supposed to. It lingers just a little bit too long, and that next ability can start to trigger while the effect is still there and give you that boost as long as the auto attack is turned off. But just be aware of that, be wary of it, because if it is under bug listing, using that can get you in trouble, can get you banned and stuff. Anyway, good luck and have fun out there, and Ugmog is out.